Yo, 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 yo. Yo, yo. What's going on? What's going on? Alright, well, this week has flown by, but man, I'm super stoked. Thursday. We got Thursday, tomorrow we got Friday. Let's get this going, man. Let's get this going. I really want to break down these levels, so let's just wait until some people hop on. Let's break down some levels here, man. I'm ready to break down some levels. Let's just wait until some people get here. We got some pretty strong rejections here. Let's get this going, dude. Damn, we got no one on here. All right, well, we got 8 minutes till the market opens. This is some of the things that I'm looking at here. Momentum is to the downside. So these are the four time frames that I'm looking at: the 10-minute, 5-minute, the 2-minute, the 1-minute. Momentum is clearly to the downside, right? I had a really strong rejection up here. We have a little demand zone, or I'm sorry, not demand zone, but a supply zone up here, and we got another little demand zone that has been tested. We came down pretty low. That has been tested, and then the one level that hasn't been tested is 4171. Let's call it 4170. That level has not been tested. Okay, so if we can see some strong volume to the downside, I'd be targeting 4170 and keeping an eye on 4186, seeing how that reacts. 4180 is another level of support. Yo, what's going on, Cam? I don't know how much you caught, dude, but these are some of the levels that I have annotated here. As you can probably tell, we had a pretty strong rejection up here at 4198. Little demand zone here. And we are currently looking at the 10-minute. We have some resistance up here. We've hit not only once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. We've hit quite a few times, so that's very strong resistance up here. If we can see some volume to the downside, momentum is still to the downside, I would say. Not until we get above maybe the 21 EMA will I be looking to the upside. But if we can get some strong volume pushing down, we could potentially test 4170 depending if we can manage to break past 4182, 4186 level. So, but we are currently in a little range. You see this? You see this range, so I need to see, you know, a direction being established here. We're currently stuck in this range here, so not something I'm a big fan of. This is VWAP here, this purple line. And like I told you before, if we start bouncing above and below VWAP, I just don't like those conditions. But we got 5 minutes till the market opens. Let's have a good day, man. Let's have a good day today. This freaking week has flown by, dude. I can't believe it's tomorrow's Friday. So this is something that I was doing a lot of back testing yesterday, and something that a little mental note that I inscripted up here is I want to look for candles either on the 5 minute or the 10 minute that are high volume and that break past the range, similar to what you were doing when you were telling me about the 15-minute chart, like how you're looking for a candle to break above that range, break past it. Well, that's essentially what I've been doing, right? But I'm just highlighting that area, and then I'm looking at the 2 minute or the 1 minute to identify that point where it looks like a zone. If you know how to draw supply and demand zones, it looks like a little supply or little demand zone, depending on whether we're going up or down, right? But I'm essentially looking for that. I'm looking for candles with high volume that are long, that establish direction, and then I'm looking for a break past the range. So right here, you know, I'm looking more so to the downside. If we can break below this range, this 4190 level, maybe I'd be interested in going short, right? But we would need to see a break below this range here, and then I would need to see some volume, some pretty strong volume entering the market. But we have 3 minutes. Let me just show you a really good example of what I'm looking for, right? So this could potentially be, well, this was a pretty good example yesterday. Actually, no, that wasn't a great example. Okay, look, perfect. Look at this candle here, and I already have this highlighted. So we had this little demand zone here that formed, right? And then we saw this pretty big candle. We could both agree it's pretty big, right? Relatively speaking. And then we did see an increase in volume. Look how we jumped in volume, right? Big candle, increase in volume. So now what I'm doing, after noticing this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the 2 minute and check this out. I'm going to go to the 2 minute, and then I'm going to identify where buyers took control of sellers in this situation, right? So this one's not as clear as other ones. Maybe in the 5 minute. Give me once. No, not even in the 5 minute. Here, we'll get to it later because the market's about to open. But that's essentially what I'm looking for. I'm looking for big candles with large volume. I want them to establish a direction before I even hop in. That's that little zone right there. That's the little zone I was looking for, actually. And you can tell that as we were breaking past this zone, we saw some increase in volume as we touched it, and then we came back down, retest here, and then we bounced above. Anyways, I'm gonna shut up now. Let's go to Bookmap. So we're already breaking past that range. All right, big dump. Can we potentially see that retest? No, I think we're just gonna dump. So we're seeing some pretty nice volume here. Okay, well, this thing just broke right through. Golly, bruh. Wow, we just dumped. We just took a fat dump. If we can get back above like 41.88, I'd be interested in taking this short. 41.88. My stop loss would be at 41.90. But no, I think we're gonna test 41.80s. Let's see if I tell myself I don't want to be the first buyer or the first seller, and then in a case like this, sometimes it ends up working out, right? Because this was a zone that I had highlighted. Why isn't this thing working? This was a zone that I highlighted pre-market right here. It was a transition to control zone that we broke past, and then we were rejecting off of it. And I liked it because we were right below VWAP. But I wanted, that confirmation. We broke past this confirmation here. And this is what I'm now looking for, right? If we can get up to 41.88, 41.90, I'd be interested in taking short, but this thing just happens so damn fast. It's like, I don't want to have to be in a rush. You know what I mean? Trading is already like a very fast paced game craft, whatever you want to call it. Um, so I really think as a trader we have to try to slow it down and go at our own pace. But in this scenario, I mean, I don't know what that's that. So pretty nice candle here, very large volume. Let's see if we can get 41.88 up to 41.90. The one thing that I don't like is that we're bouncing off of 41.80 exactly, so there could be some buying, some buyers trying to reverse this. You see how many buyers are down here at 41.80? The psychological level. I'm very tempted to take this. I'd be risking about 2 points. But it's buyers are pretty strong here. So I don't know if maybe we can, if this is just a pullback or if we're reversing. But momentum still to the downside. VWAP is still on our side. Unless I wait until we break below 41.80, because I have drawn out a little zone there that I've identified, If we can break below that, look for that immediate retest there. We have some selling stepping into the market. Pretty aggressive too. The buyers are holding this up right here. 41.82, let's see. So nice selling right here. 41.85 is a psychological level, so we could expect a little bit of resistance there. Resistance. Yo, what are you looking at, dude? What is that you're looking at right here? Everything is still pointing to the downside. We're still below the EMAs. And I won't invalidate this downtrend until we get above maybe 41.90. Yeah, we need some confirmation here. So yeah, if we get above 41.90, I'm going to invalidate this downtrend. But it looks like we're making a slow grind. We're trying to get below this 41.80. I don't like the slow volume here. Very slow volume. We haven't tested 41.80 exactly. We got down, we got pretty close to it, but we haven't gone that 41.80. So I'd just be careful here. I'm not liking this action here. I don't know whether price wants to go up or go down. because this could be a double bottom here. We could get to that. We could test that 4180. Could be a double bottom, and then because we know 4180 is a level of interest here. I mean, just looking at Bookmap, look how many buyers are on the sideline just waiting to have their orders filled. All right, this last 1 minute candle we saw pretty strong volume, but we're not going anywhere. We're still below the EMAs. I just don't like this action here. Are you freaking... I just turned off my fucking monitor. What's happening? Ah. Come on. Alright, we're back on. Volume has just died down. I don't like it. I don't like this. We're seeing some buyers stepping in. If we can get above 4183, I'm actually gonna go long here. My stop loss would be like around 4181. Yeah, so we just rejected 4183. I wanted us to get above that level. Two pretty strong rejections down here at this 41.79. I just don't like this action here. All right, well, sellers are stepping in, so that kind of invalidates my long here. I didn't get in. I was looking for that though, but I'm not a fan of this action here. We just keep rejecting though. You see that? We reject and then quickly after we have buyers stepping in. Or I should say we test new lows and then quickly buyers step in. So we do have some defending here. Remember, this is a key level. This 4180. This area here is a key level. So we have a lot of resistance, or I should say support down here. It's 41.76. Just a lot of volume being transacted here. So I can get in, but I had to be speculating here. I really think market could go either way right now, e- either up or down. I know. But it's just I just don't see an edge on either side. It's just like 50-50 here. Volume has died down. We're slowly making, I guess you could call it lower lows. I mean, we haven't really moved much. And yeah, momentum, and we're below VWAP. Like, okay, so we see some buyers here. Let's see. All right, so some strong buying just stepped in. Let's see if we can break past this 4183 level. All right, fuck it, I'm hopping in. I'm going in long. Stop loss is at 4180. 4180. All right, that's what I want to see. I'm just betting on these buyers. I know price has been trying to make lower lows. Buyers keep holding it up. We saw a sign of buyers here stepping in, so I'm betting on these buyers. I'm betting that these buyers are going to be able to defend these levels here. And I guess 4180, I mean, I'm going to have to maybe trim a little bit there. All right, so I like the buyers, the buying that's stepping in. Pretty nice candle just closed on the 1 minute. I like that. Let's get above 41.88. I'm gonna have to trim off a little bit at 41.88. I know it's a very short, target, but I know we have some selling there. I just need this thing to fucking go up. Come on. Fucking market loves to play games with me, honestly. Loves playing games with me. Come on now, girl, get up there. Now, just as a reminder, the reason I'm in is because 41.80 is a key level. Okay, sellers couldn't push price down as hard as they tried. They couldn't push it lower, and then we saw this pretty nice sign of buyers here at 656. They stepped in aggressively. We broke past that 183 level, and it was respected. Broke past it, saw that immediate retest, and now I need this fucking price to get up to 41.88. That way I could just trim a little bit and then I like that we're above VWAP here. This VWAP here, I like that we're above that. Alright, buyers are doing a good job of holding. Okay, let me trim just a little bit. We did just... I'm gonna have to trim because if not, I'll fucking regret it later. What did I just do? Give me one fucking second. Did I trim here? Okay, I did trim here, cool. So I trimmed most of my position here, but if we can get this to break past VWAP and break past that 190 level, that'd be amazing. What's the next target? Shit, beats me, I don't know. 193 maybe? 41.93? So this is not the best risk to reward. Okay, so we broke past this, which I like. If we can break past 41.93, shit, maybe we can test 41.98 where we had that strong rejection. That would be nice. We had news come out at 7. I had no idea. I checked this morning, there was nothing major. So we've risked, we got in at 41.83 and my stop loss was at 41.80, 48, 41.81. Right, so we kind of risked 2 points and then we're up right now about 8. So this isn't looking too shabby. And this is why you have to just go with the flows of the market. Which I haven't been, I have to admit, I haven't been doing a great job at going with the flows, but you know, we're slowly getting better, dude. Right, I identified selling slowing down, or they couldn't push price any lower, right? And it was a key level, and that first sign of buyers stepping in, that's when I decided to get in. I'm gonna sell the rest. Actually, nah. You know what? I'm gonna just rock with this. I'm gonna just let this thing rock. It's looking pretty good so far. Like we broke past VWAP aggressively here on the charts. Momentum is to the upside now. Um, Really strong volume here. Yeah, I'm gonna just let this thing rock. I'm gonna try to hit that 41.98 level. That 41.98 level. Let's go for that 41.98 level. And if we get below VWAP, then I'll probably get out. But we did break past it pretty aggressively here. And I like that we're finding acceptance at these levels. We're just chilling. We're hovering above 41.90, which is nice. So this is what I'm looking at when I'm in a trade. I'm just looking at where are we relative to VWAP? Are we overextended? Um, any key levels? Are we approaching any key levels right now? We are. We have tested the what do you call it? The market open high. Right. So when the market opened in that first minute, we went up to 41.93, and then we rejected, and then we made that little downtrend that you saw. So we are testing that, but again, we're still above VWAP. It seems like we're kind of finding acceptance here. As long as buyers can just defend these levels here, I think we'll be okay. And we did test 41.93, but it wasn't like a huge rejection. There was like very little volume that stepped in. So I'm looking at volume. I'm looking at the candles. I'm looking at the big candles that have formed, right? So right here, looking at this 1 minute chart, there's a candle that formed at 7:05. So that was quite a big candle, you know, in comparison to the other ones. So I wouldn't want it to get below the open of that candle. Which happens to line up with VWAP. So that's just what I'm gonna stick with that as long as we stay above VWAP. Down a munch. I'm going for that 41.98. Let's just fucking do it. Come on. When I start seeing this, right, especially above psychological level, that just means we have acceptance. All right, I'm gonna hop out here. At this 41.95 level, I'll just hop out there. We do have a little bit of selling there. All right, well, feels good to fucking win, dude. In my options account, I made a little over 166, and then here in my Apex account, I don't know how much we made exactly, actually. We made $800 in my Apex account. I've been fluctuating, dude. I've been fluctuating with my Apex account. But right now I am down quite a bit. I'm down to 4,900. I think we got out at a good spot at that 41.95. That was a psychological level I was looking at. So a little 12-point play. Not too shabby, right? And then from now on, I am going to start tracking my trades in this fucking amazing Excel sheet that I made. Yes. Action. We bought. Calls. We went. I mean, I was really going for that 41.98, but I didn't want to get greedy, honestly. I saw 41.95. We saw some pretty strong selling there, so I just decided to get out. But it seems like we might be able to get up to that 41.98, potentially. I mean, if we hit 4,200, that would have been nice too. That would have been an amazing play. So we started off with first, size 6 contracts. There's that 41.98 level. Here it comes. And then we risked, let's call it 2 points. Reward. We got out. 41.95. 41.95. So we got a 12-point move. Pretty strong rejection here. Very strong rejection. I mean, look at that increase in volume. So clearly we do. This is a level that I have highlighted. Clearly a level of interest here. Strong rejection, level of interest. Yeah, so something to keep an eye out for. And if we get below 41.90, then we're down. Okay, there it is, 41.90. I'd be careful here. Especially after that aggressive push to the downside. What the oh my goodness, bro. How can I be this fucking stupid? How did I not close out the fucking trade? Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry. My bad. This is freaking ridiculous. I thought I closed out the trade. This is why I don't like fucking trading from my phone. Bro, this thing's playing games with, dude, I swear to God, my fucking P&L was going down. Wow, I'm tripping, bro. I'm not a fan of trading through my phone, honestly. Okay, it says my P&L was moving, but apparently I'm not in a position, which is very strange. Okay, I still locked in. I said 166. I'm at 166, but my P&L was moving. That was. Whew. No, this app has been acting a little funny recently, so. Yeah. So we broke down that 4190 level. We saw an immediate retest of about 4191, and now we're making lower lows here. Better, Natalie. Cool. All right. Well, I gotta admit, it feels pretty good to get a W under your belt. Market has just opened up, so started off with 1249 minus 166. 10, So we're just playing levels here. I mean, I want to go over this. Why did we have such a strong rejection here? Let's find out. I highlighted this level here, but I know we had something. It must have been a 2-hour supply zone, if I remember correctly. 2-hour demand. Yep, there it is. So this is why I emphasize how important it is to know how to draw supply and demand zones, because this is a supply zone right here. We have a base, and then we have a big candle, right? So a lot of sellers stepped in here, and surprisingly, it has rejected quite a few times. Once, twice, 3 times. So wait, no, I'm silly. My bad. We're looking at the wrong one. But yeah, it's the same thing here, right? It's literally the same thing. We have a base, strong candle. Look at the volume, happened pre-market, and that's why I highlight it, and then I like to go down to a lower time frame and see exactly where it is, and that's where that supply zone is. Same base, drop, rejected it once, rejected it twice. And that's why I figured when we got to 195, I was like, I'm gonna just trim here. And now that key level, that level has now been respected, and we're making our way back down. Hey Cam, do you plan your day out the night before or the day of? So if we just take a look at this here, I mean, we didn't get down to that zone though here in this. So I guess you can't, you could call this an exception here. But if you notice, we had a really strong candle here at 7, right? And I'm looking for when we broke past the previous candle's range. Right, so this is what I'm looking at, even though there's no one watching from what it seems like. Really strong volume here, and then we broke past that range at 41.84, and look how we literally just tagged it. But if I always like to confirm with the lower time frames, and honestly I would have highlighted this one. So I'm really shocked to see that we that we're bouncing off of 41.94. Not really. I mean, it's close enough, right? And it could be maybe this level here. Who knows? Can't know for sure. I mean, I just use this as a way to gauge where the market wants to go or where it might start to steer away. Boss on it plus core. Got the mirror. What else we got? Boss on it plus core, content, replay, course, mirror. Under these market conditions, I think it's imperative that you go for shorter targets because, you know, if you look at the grand scheme of things, we're kind of like in a range. Right? We broke past that range when we broke below 41.80, but we got 2 points below it. It wasn't anything crazy. Boss on core, content review, play, course, mirror. What else we got? Today's Thursday. Boss on core, content review, play.
nice little scalp here from right above VWAP, and I almost closed it at the top right there. Later today, I'm going to make a video on what I didn't like, which is why I sold it before. If you're Legends on 3, 2, 1. That's how. Load it, load it, load it, load it, load it.
All right, well. So, okay, so now, I mean, I'm not really looking to place any of these trades here because it just, we're stuck in this range now. But, let's see how far buyers can take this, can take price, because we, just going based off my levels, we saw some really strong buying enter the market at 728, broke past an opposing zone, had that immediate retest, and now we're up 6 points from that point. We're up 6 points from that point, or from that level. We still haven't tested 41.98. I don't think it's gonna be tough resistance. So we could potentially test 4,200, but again, that these are key levels. So that 41.98, we are now testing it. Boom, 4,200, maybe. We did test 4,200, so that's a good spot. I mean, that would have been a nice 10-point play there. Only risking about 2 points. Very well done. I mean, I was over here taking care of other business, but that's that would have been a nice little play there. I'm gonna just enjoy this win right now, and then I probably won't get in until I see, you know, a really good opportunity. Strong resistance here at 42.04, but we have tested this level so many times, so I think at this point we could break through it. It seems like we have some really strong buying, so we could potentially just break past this level here. Let's see what happens. Strong rejection, so that's a red flag right there. I'm gonna go make myself some tea. You see how sometimes you just can't trust your indicators because they're lagging indicators, right? Like, had I been looking, before these, 20 minutes ago, had I just been looking at the EMAs, like I would have been thrown out of whack because, we're going above them, we're going below them. So really playing your levels and understanding trend is like the one of the most important things you can do. You have to understand trend because that's when you'll be able to gauge whether the market's gonna go higher, maybe go lower, and you'll be able to know when to invalidate a current trend. So trend is super important. Trend is your friend till the bend at the end. Just follow the trend, dude. I really think we're gonna break past this level here. So I've been for the past month now. I've been taking pictures of my setup, and it's not a very like what's the word that I'm looking for? It's not a very like particular setup. It's just something that I'm looking for, what I call transition to control zones. I'm looking for these zones or these areas where either buyers take over sellers or sellers take over buyers, because that's where we see an increase in volume, right? You can just think of this as a war, right? When you see sellers, when you see strong selling, you see strong buying clashing together, you're going to see a lot of volume. But you want to wait until that's over and done with and go with the party that has taken over, right? That has taken over a particular zone. So this is what I like to call transition and control zones, and I've just been taking pictures of these zones, and you see them all across the time frames. You see them not only in higher time frames, but when I'm looking for these zones, I'm looking at the 1 minute, I'm looking at the 2 minute, I'm looking at the 5 minute, I'm looking at the 10 minute. I'm looking at all these zones, using them in conjunction to come up with a thesis. So that's just what I call my setup. I mean, so we broke past 4204. I think we're chilling now. This would have been an amazing play. I mean, from the looks of it. We would have been up about 15 points right now. No, actually 17 points. Wow. We would have been up 17 points had I taken this play. I'm gonna go make myself a tea. I'll be right back. parked outside by any chance?
Uh,
Out in our little backyard?
oh, the table? I seen it. I seen it through the.
It's not like anything.
I seen it through the
What,
window.
does it look a little nicer? Maybe?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah? Better than. You just want attention, that's all you want. I'm gonna get one like that for that one. Because that one's waterproof.
It is.
Yeah, I tested it. It's actually waterproof.
Like, did you spray it down with the hose?
I brought it in the sink and I was. And
But the umbrella's there, so like, isn't that kind of save the water from?
Yeah, sure. I just wanted to get them like matching ones, so that's why I got the same one. You need a waterproof for that one.
Okay. I got approved for a business account.
What'd you say?
I got approved for a business account.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What bank?
U.S. Bank.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Any benefits?
Not to open the
Not
account.
to open the account.
But I'm gonna apply for their credit card, which actually is very similar to American Express, and it has benefits like welcome offers.
Mm-hmm.
So, because American Express, since there's no like in office,
Cool. So what do we got so far? We've got um one missed opportunity. Okay, and I just want to review this for my sake since there is no one watching. um, let's do this. So let's go to wait, was I not live or what? This whole entire time I wasn't live. No way. There's no way I was live this whole time. What are you talking about? All right, well let's do this. I want to go to the charts and just go over this opportunity here that honestly I missed just because I was on my phone and whatnot. But this was a nice little play here because first we rejected off of this. We bounced off of this level, which it ain't close to it, but I mean, like you should use these levels as a gauge, right? They're not always gonna be respected to how you draw them because you may have drawn it wrong, right? There's that human error that you have to account for, right? But we did have this in the higher time frame. Looking at the 10-minute here, this was a range. Can you close the door, please? This was a range that was broken by this 10-minute candle here, right? So just if we were to draw just that upper part of the range, you could tell that we broke past it. I'm sorry, that we came back down and tagged it 184, right? And that's 184 is where we broke past the range. But I like to come down to the lower time frame, specifically the 2-minute, and identify that level there. And this was where we broke. This is where I see the zone here, and this is where I got in for this play here. But anyways, we tagged this, and then we found some buying, and then we broke past this transitional control zone. Now, this is why I use the 1-minute and I use all these other time frames in conjunction, because we did have a zone here. We broke past it and we got above it. We saw an immediate retest and look where we're at now, right? And one of the things that I like about this, it's supported by VWAP, and we are respecting this trend here, right? So you can tell. And this was also after, we got above. We were also above the EMAs on the 5-minute, and then we had also gone above the EMAs on the 10-minute. So we had quite a few signs letting us know, like, hey, we're gonna go to the upside. Because had we gone to the downside, like, this wouldn't have happened, right? So there were some buyers stepping in, and just look at it now, right? So this would have been a 17-point play had you got in here and got out right here exactly. And right now, there's not much else that I spot. I wouldn't want to go long here at these highs. I always like to wait for those pullbacks, confirmations. This, on the other hand, like, I don't like this, right? We saw some aggressive selling step in. So I'm going to just hold off. Looks like Discord hasn't taken one. This Discord group that I'm part of, they haven't taken one trade at all. So, and then we already capitalized on one. So I just like to hear the opinions of others, what other people are looking at. I'm not here to copy and paste what they're doing. I'm just here to honestly come up with my own hypotheses and predictions and anticipations, right? How's this live stream looking? It seems like we've got no one here. Not even my boy Cam. Where's my boy Cam at? That fool dipped on us.
I'm leaving.
All right, baby girl. Have a good day.
Love you.
I love you too. See you later, okay? All right, well, it looks like the live stream looks pretty good. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is live stream okay? YouTube's always having problems, man. It's always telling me that apparently it doesn't look good. But anyways, let's move on, man. Look, so we caught a nice little play in the morning. We missed one right now. That's my fault. My dumbass was looking at my phone. But anyways, can't be mad. Market ain't going anywhere, dude. So there's gonna be so many missed opportunities that we're gonna miss. We're gonna miss so many opportunities, and I've just learned not to dwell over it. You just can't, man. Market ain't going anywhere. Tomorrow, market will be here if God allows it. So there's gonna be so many missed opportunities. It's just part of doing business, man. But for the one person that's here, let me know if you have any questions, or if you want to review the trade that I placed or the trade that we missed. Right now, okay, so right now in the higher time frames, we have rejection up, some resistance up here. We have some resistance up here. We've bounced off of it quite a few times. It seems like slowing. Volume has died down, and right now I'm not really interested in any of this. I just don't see an edge right now. I don't see a setup, and I definitely don't want to go long. I'd prefer to see like a pullback. I don't know, maybe into. I mean, we did have a whole lot of volume here at this 740 candle. If I'm looking at the 10-minute here, 740 candle, the candle that formed at 740, a lot of volume, right? So if maybe we can see a pullback, I don't know, let's call it 41.97, we could potentially maybe bounce off of that and make higher highs. Yeah, because we did have quite a bit of volume as we broke past that. So, and then momentum is to the upside. We're above VWAP. We're trending, right? We have a clear uptrend. We have a clear uptrend. Low, high. Higher low, higher high. right? So not until this is invalidated, and honestly, I would invalidate it if we break below 3. If we break below that, I would definitely invalidate it. You just don't want to see it get below this breakout segment. And this is the zone that I'm looking at from 197 down to like the only thing that I don't like about this zone is quite a big it's quite a big zone. I'd be risking, if I were to hop into this, I'd be risking close to 5 points. I'm not okay with that. Let me know if you guys have any questions, or if you guys have taken any trades. I want to know what you guys are doing, what you guys are looking at. And some indicators that you guys are using too. Just out of curiosity too. I mean, I think, I've tried out a whole lot of indicators, and I've settled for these VWAP and the EMAs, the 9 and the 21 specifically. I've settled for these, and then yeah, because the indicators, like, yeah, they're great, but you've heard this before. What really matters is the volume and the price action. If you know how to analyze that, break it down, you really don't need indicators. Indicators are just an easy visual of to identify momentum for the most part. Like, it's a lot of them are just to identify the momentum. That's why I like using the EMAs, because I can clearly tell, like, if we're going down, if we're going up. But if you know trend, you really don't need momentum. If you know how to identify trends, you don't need it. You don't need any indicators. Because at the end of the day, these are all lagging indicators. The only ones that are not lagging indicators are price action, because they give you information in real time, and volume, because again, they give you information in real time. Like, those two are the only ones that are not lagging indicators. Everything else is a derivative of price action and volume. VWAP is a derivative of volume. The EMAs are a derivative of price action, of what price does. Let me know, you guys. We're back down. Oh, baby. Hit me, baby, one more time. Man, this was such a nice move here. And this is exactly what I want to look for. Like I want to see a rejection, you know, a strong rejection, and then just see price break past. I want to see a strong rejection. We see a strong rejection here in the 10-minute. So this was a rejection, strong rejection, and also knowing where that rejection came from. So we understood that we had some volume here, right? Strong rejection, and then we broke past that 10-minute range. We broke past it. We saw just, I guess, some acceptance above VWAP, which was quite convincing. And then we saw that immediate retest, and then buyers just stepped in aggressively and pushing price higher. But I mean, overall, this has been a very tough market to trade. I have to admit, this has been like these past few days for me have been very tough. It has not, they have not all been winning days. It's just been tough to trade because there's no edge in either side. Because we've just been stuck in this range. We've just been stuck in this range. I mean, let's go to like the 2 hour. Let's look at it from up above, right? Like, look how we're just, look at this. This is the first big candle here. We're just in this range, dude, and kind of stuck in between like 4,200 and like 4,172. Like, man, you go back to like 2022 or like during COVID, like we had these huge moves. We had these huge moves like happening every single day, and I wish I would have started. Not something I'm regretful of, but I wish I would have started a little sooner, to be honest. Like actually trading and trading this setup here, but you know, I've learned with time, I've come to find out what works for me, and this is it for me. Like this works for me. Like I've tested this. I like that we are getting above this 4,200 level, 42. Excuse me. Say my name. Say my name. Where 69 is 8 some. Nice volume as we're making higher highs. Really nice volume here. If we could get down to 206, I'd be interested in taking this long. I don't know if maybe I missed my opportunity, but I like this 206. Say my name, say my name. Yo, I hope you guys are following me on Instagram. I'm posting content on there practically daily, and I'll be going over my trade today and some other tips and tricks. Just make sure to check that out. I really want to provide value for you guys, and give you guys an opportunity. I don't want to sound overly selfless because I'm also doing this for me. Like this right here, me trading live, it holds me accountable. It and not to say that I wasn't accountable before, but knowing that people are watching you, you just know that you have to come out and perform. Like you have to be sharp, right? And so I've taken ever since I've traded live, I've taken these extra measures to just be sharp, be ready to go in the morning, and just perform. But besides me, I want to provide you guys an opportunity that I didn't really have. I didn't get to trade live with people, and I'm sure there was people trading live at the time, but like I never seek that opportunity. And looking back, I honestly like trading live alongside someone who trades kind of similar or who trades the same market as you, and who can give you, some more insight, I think is super valuable. So yeah. Say my name, say my name. Where now? Square root of 69 is 8 some. I want to see if, I mean, we do have some pretty strong selling up in these levels. So it does make me a little cautious on whether this is a good opportunity or not. I'm looking at this 206. I want to see if this 206 level down to like 204. It's kind of like what I'm looking at. So let's see how price reacts as we get to 206. We're still above the EMAs. I don't think we got much to worry about, to be honest. And then just looking at this, I mean, you can tell when we have a reversal when, just look at the 10-minute, like look at the candles when they close. We had a very strong rejection at 650, very strong rejection. Here, we have some pretty good momentum to the upside. So I feel pretty good. I just need 206 to hit. I'm trading two accounts right now. I'm trading both options and futures. I'm currently okay. So we are bouncing. Excuse me. We are bouncing. I'd prefer for price to get below 4206. You can tell that's where we have most volume here. Like a 4205 up to like 4206. What I was saying though is I'm trading two accounts. I'm currently working on getting funded by Apex. So we're currently working on that that account, and then I also have my individual account here trading options. So we're doing both, man. Just like the title says, futures and options. Okay, so we're seeing some buying. I didn't get in this play. It didn't get to 206. I was looking for 4206. It didn't get to 4206. We got pretty close though, and it seems like this looks like a pretty good setup. Honestly, this could be a pretty good setup here. A lot of people use a 15-minute chart. Honestly, I've been there. I've used a 15-minute chart, and I like the 10 minutes so much more especially when you're trading SPY, ES. I love the 10-minute. The 10 minutes, I feel like it's so much better. Cause I feel like the 10-minute is just slightly too long of a period to where it doesn't give you the details that you're looking for. It just kind of simplifies it a little too much, because it's spread out, in my opinion, for in a long period of time. But if we condense it down to 10 minutes, you still get to see a good chunk, but it's not as much, if that makes sense, right? It's not like overly simplified. I'm trying to think of an analogy, where it's just, in my opinion, it's just better, right? Do what works for you. But if you haven't tried out the 10-minute, check it out, honestly, because those are some of the candles that I'm looking at. Like, I'm looking at those big 10-minute candles. I'm looking for those 10-minute candles here. Ten-minute candles. And then this right here is basically a demand zone. But it's funny, when I first learned about demand zones, they didn't teach me to draw them like this, the way I draw them now. They taught me to draw them down here. And that's not how you draw demand zones. You draw demand zones like this. When we break past that range, because that's when, in this case, that's when buyers took over sellers, right? Like we had a very strong change in characteristics. We had a transition of control zone, whatever you want to call it, right? It's all the same. But yeah, that's where we saw, big aggressive move, and look how we just tagged that thing perfectly. And shit, you could have gone in here at 41.84. Same thing here. I mean, we didn't get tough 42.06, but we got pretty close. But you're looking for these big candles with volume. If we go to yesterday, same thing here, right? Very strong rejection. So that's letting us know, and that's the same thing that happened here, right? We had a very strong rejection, increase in volume. So when we come back down, we have a pretty good feeling that, hey, buyers are gonna defend this because they defended it down here and they're defending it here. And I was gonna go over yesterday, very strong rejection, right? And then we broke past this range here. Right, same thing here. We based strong volume, immediate retest, 41.85 up to 41.98. So you want to look for those candles, those big candles with large volume, strong rejection, right? That's how you can tell when we're going to reverse. When you see a strong rejection like this in the 10-minute, we're going to go down, dude. And every time we break past the range in the 10-minute, dial down to a 2-minute to see where we broke, what zones we broke, right? Because you can tell we broke past this range, and look where we came up to find that immediate retest. And this is only a 2-point risk here. After seeing some pretty strong volume, right? That's kind of what I'm looking for right here. Again, this is a nice nice play here. Where we broke past that range, large volume, of course. It was the market open, and maybe this is where you go down to your lower time frames, your micro time frames, and you look for that immediate retest into this range here. If you find something that's worth trading. Same thing here, right? We broke past this range. Let's see if we can dial down to a micro time frame. I'm giving you guys game right now. I hope there's people watching, because this is absolute game. Like, they didn't teach me this stuff, and they taught me how to. You know how much I paid to learn to draw supply and demand zones like this? I paid 10 grand to learn to draw supply and demand zones like this. You draw them like this, like I just told you. You have to draw them like this, where you break past that range, because that's where they're respected. Had I fucking left it up here, we'd even touch it. But down here, oh, we do get into it and touch it, right? Man, I hope there's people here watching, because, my goodness. Nope, there's no one here. Well, this is game for me. Y'all don't deserve this game, bruh. You guys don't deserve this game. Alright, I'm gonna just end this live stream, but peace.